up, guys? So I just touched down in Chicago. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in January I was here for my best friend's birthday, and I told you guys that I was going to be redoing her closet. So for her birthday, I didn't get her nothing because she has so many clothes, so many shoes, all kind of perfume. She need a closet, y'all. So we finally got everything situated and all the details and dates and stuff down. So I'm here, everything is ordered. We have tons of boxes in the living room and more coming tomorrow. And that order is bigger than the order that's actually here. So yeah, today is day one and I am going to be prepping this room. Right now it's unpainted. It needs to have the doors removed. We're just gonna remove these doors because this is really a cute little tiny room. So we're gonna need all of the space that we can get. So when you first walk in, you have this wall straight ahead, you have the window, this part of the wall, and then this part here. This light fixture will go, and it will be a very beautiful place to get dressed in. Today's video is sponsored by Lamps Plus. Guys, I'm so excited. They reached out to me and allowed me to choose a light fixture for my next project. And I chose this one because I know it's gonna make the room sparkle, and it was very affordable. So stay to the end so you can see how I installed this beautiful light fixture and how it completely transformed the room. All of the seasonal stuff is going to be packed away nice and neat. So come springtime, it's going to be time to switch them out. So everything that is more fall and winter like is going to go in the boxes, and everything that's spring and summer is going to come out of the boxes. So that is a tip when it comes to organizing your wardrobe. Sometimes you have everything hung up and you just don't need that many hangers. You need to store some things. Oh, and another thing, see how some of these hangers are gold and some of them are silver? I am trying to weed out the silver hangers because we're gonna go with all gold. We ordered some more from Amazon, and a lot of these clothes I'm not sure if she still wears, but I wanna actually have her purge some stuff. So if she's not in love with it and she wants to donate it, then we'll go ahead and do that also. But this shirt right here, friend, I'm gonna wear it one time, take one good picture, and I'm gonna send it back to you, okay? Love you! All right, let me get some work done. So when we started the installation, we started by removing doors, removing paint, as well as removing old fans. And once we got all of that stuff out of the way, then we were able to start painting, which I absolutely hate, but luckily my friend doesn't. So we patched a bunch of holes in the walls, patched the holes that were left over from the doors that we removed, and we started painting, and it literally transformed the room. Look how beautiful this white paint is. Now the closet inside of the room was really nice and spacious, but it had a whole lot of shelves that I know she didn't want to use anymore. So we went ahead and removed all of the old plywood, and then we spackled all of those holes, and we painted a fresh coat of white paint in the closet to match the room. So I told you guys earlier that we were waiting on another shipment from IKEA, and luckily that came, and I was able to put everything together, and we were able to get all of those clothes that were in the living room on the couch, nice and folded and hung up. It took me a while, but I ended up putting every single thing in this room together. Yes, your girl was tired. But I must say, I have a pretty good technique when it comes to assembling furniture. And so later on, I'm going to show you guys a quick tutorial on how to put a Billy bookshelf together within minutes. Because if you can put together furniture quickly, you can literally decorate a room in one day. bringing these shoes together, y'all. The room is coming together. Got the vanity put together. It's really a desk, but we're gonna use it as a vanity because it still look good. The light came, the mirror, the what is this? The makeup mirror. Got that in. I put together the mound dresser, and I actually have hardware that's gonna match. So I'm gonna install that. It's gonna be beautiful. I have to go and get something to cut the baseboard because this doesn't fit this way, like that. So we'll do that later on, and then the shoes will be facing this way. But so far it's looking good. We're making a lot of progress. It is looking good. The light fixture, which is from Lamps Plus. Thank you so much, Lamps Plus, for partnering and sponsoring this video. It's going to be placed in the center of the room so nicely. We're going to replace this old ceiling fan with this beautiful light with the crystals. With the crystals. Alright, so the first thing I like to do is check for missing parts. I pull everything out of the packet and I like to organize it so that I know all of the pieces that I'm going to use. The next thing I like to do is place both of the Billy bookshelf sides back to back so that the unfinished sides are facing each other, and I go ahead and organize all of the pieces. I like to corral the stationary shelves that are going to hold the bookshelf together, and then once I'm finished doing that, I like to place the wooden dowels in each side, and sometimes you have to use a hammer just to kind of get them to fit nice and neat. So once both are in on each side, then I can start putting the bookshelf together right away. And this is the cam lock system. So next I like to place the cam locks into the circles, and from there I am able to screw the cam screws into the sides of the Billy bookshelf. And then once those are all secured, it's literally a matter of just connecting all of the pieces. So here you see me, all I have to do is lift the shelf up and place it down over the cam screws. I use a handheld screwdriver and I turn the cam lock clockwise just to tighten the shelf down, and I repeat the process with the other shelves, the one in the middle and the one at the top. Once all of that is finished, I grab my friend and I have her put the other side of the Billy bookshelf onto the top of the shelves, and we used our hands because we don't want to use a hammer and mess the actual bookshelf up, but we use our hands, press it down, tighten and secure the cam locks, and you're ready to put the back on. The next step is to secure the back of the bookshelf. You slide it in, but make sure that you watch your fingers. Then you want to mark the sides of the bookshelf right in the center so that you can use that as a guide. Now I'm going to use one of the extra shelves that goes in the middle or wherever you want to put it in the bookshelf to make a nice straight level line, so I know that when I go ahead and secure the nails, it's not going to go through the back and poke out. It'll go directly into the plywood. Okay, now you saw this window at the beginning and you can still see it now. There's a lot of chips everywhere. What we did is we went ahead and chipped off as much as we could, and I just painted it in a very nice black high gloss paint. But as you can see, there's still a lot of imperfections. And so my solution to this problem was to add some etched glass, like a film, just for privacy as well as for a cleaner look. So I cleaned the window very well and I added the window film, and once everything was finished, I was satisfied, but the areas around the window wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be, so I used some black electrical tape and it all looks seamless. Once again, thank you Lamps Plus for partnering to sponsor this video. I love this light fixture, guys. It is a game changer. This is what's going to tie the room together. So I want to show you guys how to assemble it very quickly. All of the components come separately in the packaging, but all you have to do is take out the base, and then each one of the packages are labeled with a different letter. So the diagram shows you basically just start in the middle with the A, and then you just go around the circles, and it's very, very easy to follow. And it is just so freaking beautiful. I cannot even. It doesn't come with the light bulbs, but I was able to find them at my local hardware store, and they were only about $6. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this light fixture now. This is the beautiful light fixture. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at those crystals. It's so pretty. It's huge too. So the easiest way to update any space is to change out the lighting. I'm telling you, the style of the light and the type of light that you put in a room is such a big game changer, and you can do it whether you rent or whether you own. So I'm going to remove this ceiling fan, and it wasn't hard. I removed the ceiling fan blades at the beginning of the video, so now I just have to remove the light component. So I'm just taking off the screws that I see, and that base came down with no problem, and then I had to remove the screws that held the light fixture to the ceiling. From there, I unwrapped the wires, and then I prepared to connect my wires. Now this little metal piece is what's going to hold the actual light fixture to the ceiling, so I'm just removing it from my light fixture to add it to the top of the ceiling. You'll see in a few minutes. But before we hung up the actual light fixture, we wanted to prep the ceiling, so we went ahead and sanded and repainted so that everything would look nice and seamless. And by the way, we did paint the ceiling also. So once the ceiling was painted and dried, I went ahead and added the bracket to the actual box, and you can pretty much always see where the screws go. And so once you secure it to each side, you have that little plate that's sitting there, and the next step is to connect the wires from the ceiling to the actual light fixture. And by the way, make sure that you guys turn the power off, and they also sell a little device at the hardware store that can check for active lines if you don't feel comfortable. I actually used it the first time that I ever changed out a light fixture myself, and it made me feel a lot more secure. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of those things for safety purposes. Alright, so once I drill that in, like I said, I put everything together, and if you guys are working with this type of fixture, I recommend you having somebody else to get on the ladder to help you to hold it, because if it falls, you will mess your light fixture up. But this is how it looks, and it works! It's so pretty! Good morning. So I'm almost finished, and I have to spray paint this mirror that is currently like a goldish, no, it's like a silver pewter kind of color, and I need it to be gold. So I'm gonna lightly sand it down, and then I'm going to spray paint it so that it can match the dynamics of the room. So that's what we're doing. Oh, and I found a tarp. So I'm gonna do this outside so I can get some light. This mirror was the only thing in this room, so I'm very happy to be able to repurpose it. Window treatments. Okay, so because this window is an older window, it had some of the craziest dimensions. either the window treatments that I found were either too small or too big, so I decided to work with something that was too big and make it fit. So I found this really cool Roman shade from IKEA. It is magnetic, but see how all the pieces come out and they are actually plastic. So what I did was measure the size that I needed, and then I just cut everything to fit the actual size that I would need for that window. From there, I pulled all of the other little magnetic strips out. These are all magnetic. Once I cut everything, I measured it again just to make sure that it wasn't too big or too small, because the next part that I have to cut is the fabric. So once I got an accurate measurement and I was comfortable, like I said, I cut the other pieces, and then from there it was time for me to put everything back into the Roman shade, and then I would have to cut the Roman shade and hem that as well so that everything would look seamless. And this did take me about 2 hours, but it looked so good afterwards. Alright guys, here is the before. It was dead. Somebody help. But we got this room together in 3 days, y'all. It was a full transformation, and then from there we just did little bitty things, but this room is amazing.